Hello and welcome. Today, we're taking a deep dive into Pakistan's foreign policy, exploring its complex and vital relationships with its neighbors and key global allies. How does a country navigate a region as dynamic as South Asia and the Middle East? Let's find out. Pakistan's regional and international ties are the bedrock of its political stability, economic future, and national security. In a world where geopolitical landscapes are constantly shifting, Islamabad's foreign policy is a fascinating study of strategy and adaptation. We'll be looking at the intricate dance of diplomacy with five key nations: India, Afghanistan, China, the United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia. Each relationship tells a unique story, shaping not just Pakistan, but the entire region. So let's get started. First, let's talk about Pakistan's relationship with India. To put it simply, it's complicated and incredibly fragile. The dynamic between these two nuclear-armed neighbors is defined by a long history of disputes, with the issue of Jammu and Kashmir at its core. In recent years, diplomatic engagement has been almost non-existent. The high-level dialogue channels that could de-escalate tensions are mostly silent. Despite a glimmer of hope in 2021, when both sides reaffirmed a ceasefire agreement along the line of control, this hasn't translated into broader political talks. The atmosphere remains charged. Periodic ceasefire violations still occur, and fiery political rhetoric from both sides only deepens the trust deficit, making any effort at normalization incredibly challenging. Trade relations are currently suspended, which hurts economies on both sides. People-to-people contact, which can often build bridges where governments cannot, is severely restricted. Pakistan has consistently stated its readiness for dialogue, but insists it must be based on mutual respect and international law. India, on the other hand, often links the resumption of talks to its security concerns, particularly regarding cross-border terrorism. This stalemate leaves the relationship in a precarious state, where any small incident could potentially lead to a major escalation. The stability of the entire South Asian region hangs in the balance, making this one of the most critical and closely watched relationships in the world. Now, let's turn our attention to the West, to Pakistan's relationship with Afghanistan. This connection is profoundly shaped by shared security concerns, humanitarian needs, and the immense challenge of border management. The situation became even more complex after the Taliban returned to power in August 2021. Since then, Pakistan's primary message has been a call for stability and the formation of an inclusive government in Kabul that represents all Afghans. A major point of contention for Islamabad is the use of Afghan soil by militant groups to launch attacks against Pakistan. Islamabad has repeatedly urged the Afghan authorities to take decisive action and prevent this from happening. To manage the porous border, Pakistan has been accelerating the fencing of the Durand Line. This massive undertaking aims to curb illegal crossings, smuggling, and the movement of militants. However, this has led to its own set of problems, with sporadic tensions and misunderstandings flaring up at the border. Despite these security challenges, Pakistan has played a crucial role in preventing a complete humanitarian and economic collapse in Afghanistan. It has acted as a key conduit for international aid, facilitating the delivery of food, medicine, and other essential supplies. Islamabad also actively participates in regional diplomatic efforts aimed at stabilizing the Afghan economy and ensuring that the long-suffering Afghan people do not face another catastrophe. This relationship is a delicate balancing act between securing its own borders and supporting a neighbor in deep crisis. Next, we look at Pakistan's strongest and most steadfast alliance, its relationship with China. This partnership is often described with a very specific phrase: an all-weather strategic cooperative partnership. This isn't just diplomatic jargon. It reflects a deep, multifaceted relationship that has stood the test of time. The absolute cornerstone of this partnership is the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, or CPEC. This flagship project of China's Belt and Road Initiative is a multi-billion-dollar endeavor aimed at transforming Pakistan's economy. CPEC projects are focused on developing critical infrastructure, boosting energy production, fostering industrial growth, and enhancing regional connectivity with the port of Gwadar at its heart, but the ties go far beyond economics. Pakistan and China share close cooperation in defense, with joint military exercises, technology transfer, and arms sales being a regular feature. They are also tightly aligned in diplomacy, supporting each other in international forums like the United Nations. Beijing has consistently backed Pakistan on key regional issues, providing crucial diplomatic cover. In return, Pakistan firmly supports China's core interests. Both nations have recently reiterated their commitment to strengthening security cooperation, especially to protect the thousands of Chinese nationals working on CPEC projects inside Pakistan who have unfortunately become targets for militants. This alliance is truly a central pillar of Pakistan's foreign and economic policy. Let's shift our focus to the Middle East, starting with the United Arab Emirates. Pakistan's relationship with the UAE is built on a strong foundation of economic partnership and deep people-to-people connections. For decades, the UAE has been a major destination for Pakistani workers. Millions of Pakistani expatriates live and work there, and the money they send back home is a vital lifeline for Pakistan's economy. In fact, the UAE is consistently one of the largest sources of foreign remittances for Pakistan. But in recent years, this relationship has evolved beyond just labor and remittances. It's become much more strategic. The UAE has emerged as a significant investor in Pakistan, with growing cooperation in the energy sector and port development. Whenever Pakistan has faced economic turbulence, the UAE has often stepped in with crucial financial support, providing loans and deferred oil payment facilities to help stabilize the economy. Looking ahead, both countries are actively exploring new avenues for collaboration. They're looking to boost bilateral trade, invest in renewable energy projects like solar and wind farms, and further develop infrastructure. This partnership is a clear example of mutual benefit, where economic interests and strategic goals align to create a strong and growing alliance. Continuing in the Middle East, we arrive at another one of Pakistan's most important and long-standing allies, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This relationship is often described as a brotherhood, rooted in shared religious identity, strategic alignment, and robust economic collaboration. For decades, Saudi Arabia has been a crucial source of support for Pakistan, especially during times of economic hardship. Riyadh has repeatedly provided financial aid packages, deferred oil payment facilities, and made significant investment commitments. This support has been instrumental in helping Pakistan navigate severe balance of payments crises and stabilize its economy. The defense and security ties between the two nations are also incredibly strong. They conduct regular joint military exercises, and there's a constant exchange of personnel for training and strategic consultations. Pakistan's military expertise is highly valued by Saudi Arabia. Diplomatically, Pakistan often plays a role in regional affairs that aligns with Saudi interests. Now, with Saudi Arabia's ambitious Vision 2030 plan to diversify its economy, the relationship is entering a new phase. Both countries are working to expand their economic partnership beyond aid. They are focusing on attracting Saudi investment into key sectors in Pakistan, such as energy, mining, and infrastructure development. This historic bond continues to be a cornerstone of Pakistan's foreign policy, providing both economic security and strategic depth. So, what does this all mean for Pakistan's future? As we've seen, Pakistan's foreign policy is a complex tapestry woven from threads of conflict, cooperation, and strategic calculation. Its relations with its neighbors and key allies are absolutely central to its national interests and future direction. Challenges clearly persist. The relationship with India remains a source of regional tension, vulnerable to sudden shocks. The situation on the border with Afghanistan requires constant vigilance and a delicate diplomatic touch. These are not easy problems to solve. However, in the face of these challenges, Islamabad continues to pursue a strategy focused on diplomatic engagement, promoting regional stability and seeking economic cooperation. The strengthening of partnerships with global and regional powers like China, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia is more critical than ever. These alliances provide the economic support and strategic backing necessary for Pakistan's economic recovery and help it navigate its position in an increasingly complex and unpredictable global environment. The path forward is not simple, but it is clear that Pakistan's destiny will be shaped by its ability to manage these vital relationships. Thanks for watching. If you found this overview insightful, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into global affairs. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.
Thanks for watching. Like, comments and share.